Chilly, festive, holiday Toronto morning. Good morning guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me and answering some of your questions while I'm doing that. I feel like I haven't done one of these in a very long time, and I figured we are long overdue. So we're doing that this morning. I'm in Toronto, first day in Toronto, first time in Toronto. It's chilly, my skin is dry, we're pale, and we need to get ourselves together because I'm going to explore around the city a little bit, and according to my GPS, we're in downtown, I believe. I saved some spots on my Google Maps and like my wish list, and I have like a Toronto wish list or like favorites list, and saved like some cafes, coffee shops, restaurants, things to do, like vintage shops that I can check out either today or tomorrow, and just things I want to get done while I'm here. I'm only here for a few days, and I'm here because my boyfriend had a work thing going on and we've both never been here, so I'm like, why don't I tag along and visit Toronto? He's working the whole time, which I totally don't mind because I love doing my own thing sometimes, and especially in a new place, I feel like it's like fun to explore by yourself and like go to little coffee shops and whatnot. I don't know, I don't mind being alone, and I definitely could take advantage of the moment and just walk around and see things. And I'm enjoying my coffee. I made some coffee this morning, but I'm definitely gonna have to go get some more soon. I'm excited to be very like festive and holiday because we don't get that back in Miami. I'm excited to get back to like 85-degree weather, but I'm also excited to enjoy kind of like that winter vibe for a few days while I can. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today together. First things first is skincare. I'm just going to apply some serum. Everything I'm using is literally to hydrate the crap out of my skin. A big shout out to this video's sponsor, which is Origins. If you guys know anything about me, it's that I love Origins. I've been using Origins since, honestly, I was in high school, I wanna say, if not younger. And I've used the GinZing line forever because it gives you that nice glow. And I remember using, I think it's like the moisturizer, and I've used the eye cream before, but they recently changed it up, which is what I'm gonna be using today, and it's really, 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 really good to give you that hydration, deep puff, and like glow. It's really good. So I'm really excited to share this product with you guys. If you're not familiar with it yet, you'll see how it looks and you're gonna wanna check it out, I promise you. Today I'm gonna be using the Origins GinZing and vitamin C and niacinamide eye cream to brighten and depuff. It comes in two different shades. I'm gonna be using the original, which is more for fair to medium skin tones with cool undertones, and then the warm is ideal for medium to deep skin tones with warmer undertones. This is kind of what the packaging looks like, very standard to Origins, and they use 100% renewable electricity to produce all of their products, which is amazing. They also offset carbon emissions from shipping for every US order placed on origins.com. If you've used their GinZing eye cream before, this is an upgraded version to help depuff, and now has vitamin C and niacinamide. It feels so good and like refreshing and hydrating on your skin, and the glow it gives is just amazing. I use a little bit and just gently pat under my eye area, and I always bring my eye cream up to my brow bone, a little bit on my upper eyelid, and always between my brows. It has caffeine from coffee, which helps energize and revitalize the skin, and then the GinZing also helps just kind of brighten and wake you up. It's already like almost dry to the touch. It's crazy. My skin is just so dry and not used to this weather, so this is like the perfect product for that. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it has like, I can tell in this mirror, like this just really nice glow. and it feels so good. I'm obsessed with this eye cream. By the way, I think this would be the perfect holiday gift if you don't know what to get somebody. I feel like everybody can benefit from a good eye cream, especially this one because of the way it hydrates with the upcoming cold months. I think it's also a great stocking stuffer because of the price point and the size. It's so cute and small and just a great gift idea. I'm gonna top off with some moisturizer, a hydrating moisturizer as well. Gals, we need to like really hydrate. I don't think I can overhydrate today. I'm going in with more moisturizer because I'm telling you, my skin is so dry and I don't have dry skin, I have combo skin. A little bit of lip balm to keep my lips hydrated because... Thank you again to Origins for sponsoring today's video. I have everything linked down below if you guys are interested in checking it out. Now we're gonna do a really simple, light, easy makeup, but I do wanna keep it a little bit like holiday, festive cute. I don't know. I asked you guys yesterday on IG stories to send me some questions for today's video. So thank you to everybody that sent a question in or two. And I took screenshots. So if I'm looking down, I'm just looking at my phone to look at all the questions. So the first question is, any kids soon? And yeah, definitely want to have a family together and have kids. I don't think I want to, or we both definitely, I don't think want to have more than 2. Never say never, but I've never pictured myself as being a mom of more than 2 children. Love that we agree on this because it's kind of a big thing for me. Like, I've never wanted to have a family until I'm in a place in my life where I can give my family the best life possible. Like, I don't want to just pop out kids to pop out kids, if that makes sense. And yeah, you feel kind of pressure to, you know, as a female, you have a time clock and you just can't wait around forever to be in that perfect place because there's no such thing as that perfect place in your life to kind of start a family. But I do think there's points in your life where you're definitely more ready to welcome a family and children specifically than other points in your life, if that makes sense. I definitely think we're just really working hard to get to that point. Give the kids the best life that they can possibly ever have. It's a lifelong serious, like the most serious thing you can probably do is start a family and have children. Okay, now we just have to like get to that, a better place where we can have time and resources and financial stability to be able to provide very well for like children, like human beings, you know? I have always wanted to be the type of person that practices what they preach, especially as a parent. And I always wanted to make sure that I got to work towards my dreams as much as possible. Granted, you're always growing and following your dreams and goals and accomplishing different chapters and milestones in your life. But up until like the time I have kids, I wanted to have accomplished what I know is realistic to accomplish up until that time. I always just wanted to be the parent that practices what they preach. You know, parents out there are always like, follow your dreams and do X, Y, and Z. And I feel very fortunate to have the ability to do that. So if I do, why wouldn't I have done that in a way where I can raise my child and give them real like life skills and lessons and tips that I've learned by doing that they can apply towards their own life. It's so easy to tell someone to go do something that you want to aspire to do, but you never did it yourself for whatever reason. Why should they listen? Right? Why should they follow what you're saying? Long story short, that's kind of like where I want to be in life before we bring children into this world. How did you and your man meet? Did you manifest a relationship? Do a little bit of like a holiday color. Like, I think I'm gonna do this one. When I moved to New York, I lived life. And I still do, but I lived life in the dating world, if that makes sense. I have fun. I went out with friends. I really got to learn about dating and like men and what I want and what I don't want and what's out there. And I learned a lot, and I think I went through everything for a reason. I had to go through it to prepare me for Lyle and like for me to be able to like realize what I had when I had it, if that makes sense, and like what was in front of me. So everything with Lyle happened so naturally and so like not like any other relationship I've been in or situationship even. Like, it just was so different. And then at first I was like, well, this can't be real because it's so different. But then when I like started realizing that's probably why it's what's for me, because it's different than everything else, and there's a reason why everything else didn't work out before, you know? So I think I manifested in the sense that like I had a lot of just really emotionally draining and intense like situationships before, and then I I vividly remember one time going home in the middle of the, like literally it was like 2 a.m. crying my eyes out. That's what happens when you're young, and I've always not been the dating type. I always like didn't want to waste my time because I knew how bad my options were. Even in college, I was like, I'm not wasting my time. I'm too focused on like my long-term goals and where I want to get. No man is distracting me. I remember this moment vividly. I told you guys I was going back home bawling my eyes out. It was really bad one night, and I was like so over this person. And I remember I'm like never talking to them again. I'm officially done, X, Y, and Z. And then I remember sitting in the Uber, and I was like, for the first time ever in New York City, instead of complaining about what I didn't want in a man, I talked about what I wanted. And forever to this day, I share this advice with my girlfriends or anyone that I know that is single and trying to find their, you know, their soulmate, their partner. My biggest advice is stop talking about what you don't want and start talking about what you want. And if you actually pay attention to people when they talk about, you know, their relationships or history or things like that, they're always talking about what they don't want. Oh, I didn't like this in the person. I didn't like that. I don't like them being cheaters, disloyal, liars, boring, unmotivated, X, Y, and Z. Everyone's like, I don't want that. I don't want that. But no one ever talks about what they want. And they think you know, you understand what they want because it's opposite of what they don't want. I've always been very focused of my word because I do believe in manifestation. This is a New York thing too, because like I said, I never dated growing up when I was in school. I just didn't care for men or dating or anything. Like relationships were not a topic of interest for me. I was so focused on making it to New York and originally going to law school because that was my whole plan. That moment in the Uber when I was talking about what I did want, not that long after I met Lyle spontaneously, very unexpected. And when I was kind of like, I met Lyle through a mutual friend, and it was just talking every single day since then. And it started off as a very comfortable, loving kind of friendship that quickly, I mean, friendship was only like for like a very few amount of months, and then we very quickly became, you know, official and wanted to kind of be exclusive and not, you know, stop with the dating around. And when you know you have something good in front of you, stop with the games. Ladies, don't be afraid and don't be scared of losing someone just because you voice what you want in a relationship. Like, voice it. You have nothing to lose. If that person is for you, they're gonna agree with you. And like, have you ever had body image issues? Yeah. If someone's telling you they haven't, they're lying. And I'm a fairly confident person. I've always been very, very happy and confident in my skin. And I don't say that thinking I'm perfect. I'm happy with my imperfections. I'm confident in my imperfections, and I'm confident in not being perfect, and I'm very happy in my skin, if that makes sense. Even like when I've been around people that I'm like, I like something about them that I think I don't have, you know, physically, I've still been totally fine being next to them and completely comfortable with myself and what I have to offer. It's a strange thing that I don't even know how, did I work towards it? Did I get it? Was I born with it? I don't know. I don't remember at what point in my life that it just kind of became this way. I just remember always being this way. What I know is that I just believe in my worth, and you should too. There's only one of you. And the sole fact that you are on this planet is enough to make you incredibly confident in yourself and the value you have to offer and the things you can achieve that you want to achieve. It's a blessing to even be on this planet. And we just take it for granted because it's what we know and do every day. But it's gonna be taken away from us one day. And to even have gotten the chance to live this life is just incredible, and it's a blessing. You have to just stop comparing yourself to others. I swear it's all with comparison and social media. Like, can I compare myself to others? Yes, of course. I just open up a social media app, right? But what is that getting me? Nothing. And I just always remind myself that it's not doing anything good for me. Can I get into a depressive episode and hate myself and my life and my body and everything I have? Yes, you can easily do that in 30 seconds. Just go on an app and tell your mind all these negative things and, you know, start feeling that way. But you can also not do that. It's really just personal choice. I just know that nothing good comes out of comparison, and you just are wasting your life away comparing yourself to others and limiting your own possibilities and success. Finding self-love and what makes you special is the best advice I can give. I don't know, it's different for everybody, but what makes you special, what makes you feel good about yourself, what you deep down know and believe your true passions and talents are, follow that and lead your life with that, because that is what you're good at that others might not be, and that is what is going to get you a little bit of that confidence boost sometimes that we need from the outside world. Don't rely on that always, but we all need it sometimes. Be aware of that. And like, you get that by following your talents and skills and gifts that were given to you specifically, because when you put yourself in those situations where you can apply those things, you're going to outcompete your competitors, if that makes sense. You're never gonna outcompete your competitor in your eyes, whoever that person, place, or thing might be, if you're just doing what they're doing and what they're good at, right? You're just setting yourself up for disaster. So that's kind of my little tidbit of advice. And yes, of course, I have body image issues. Who doesn't? But I think you have to find a way to filter it out, and when it pops into your head, check yourself in a very loving and positive way, and don't let yourself go in too deep into those thoughts. Like, block them out, you know? I'm gonna use a little bit of this lipstick as well to give me a little bit more of that red berry kind of look, because I feel like it's very holiday. Just adds also a little bit of like life to my lips, because I'm just so pale right now. I'm wearing my boots with like these like pant leggings, and then my little cable knit sweater, this wool coat, my little beanie hat, and we're off. I really look like a peanut head. So this is kind of the plan. We're gonna go to this healthy food spot, which is stop A. I found and I saved it last night, and then we're gonna go to Nathan Phillips Square, which I believe is where the ice rink is, and the Christmas decorations, and a Christmas tree. So we're about to find out. Before I head out though, I figured I could answer one more question for you guys. So the next one is, do you like to live in Miami? Would you recommend it? We're loving Miami so far. Miami was never a forever place, more of like a pit stop in between our next place, I guess. I never considered living there until COVID happened, and New York City was just like really challenging and difficult. Also, Lyle used to work in an office in the city, and they went remote during COVID, and then eventually never ended up going back to the office. So long story short, we were able to actually consider moving at that time because Lyle was remote and I was always remote. So that's kind of how Miami happened. You know, it was close enough to New York, which is why we considered it only a 2-hour flight. It was still on the East Coast. More affordable in a way, even though Miami's skyrocketed in pricing. It was more affordable when we were considering it, and then when we got there, it was like, oh, JK, what a nice surprise. But it is slightly more affordable in terms of what you get for the money you pay. And we, you know, upgraded to a bigger apartment. You know, the lifestyle is way healthier, way better. We can take care of ourselves. We can walk the dog on long walks and like kind of honestly live life a little bit more, and it's been that. So yeah, don't regret it at all. Would I recommend it? That's a very hard question. I don't recommend anything in terms of where to live to anybody, because everybody is different, has different needs and requirements and different things that they like. So just because I like it doesn't mean you're gonna like it, but I do like it, if that's helpful. Miami has its pros and its cons for sure. Things that like maybe I don't like as much, but for now, at this point in our lives, for this little snippet and chapter, it's a great place to be, and we're definitely loving and enjoying it while it lasts. Okay, next question is, tell us a little bit about your clothing brand. Pretty much always wanted to have my own brand, and then, not that I was waiting for the right time, but I guess the right opportunity too. So I have everything made in the US because to me it was really important to make things domestically. The quality is way better. It's way better for the planet because you're not shipping like thousands and thousands of packages and products and across borders and that whole shebang. It's way more sustainable and eco-friendly, and I also wanted to be a part of every single process. In the clothing line, I hand select all the fabrics, I design all the styles, I do everything pretty much, and I wouldn't be able to do that if I was doing it overseas, because I would have to fly in all the time and that would just be crazy, right? for the littlest things. And for me, quality was huge, making everything ethically and sustainably as much as possible. I'm always finding new ways to make things more eco-friendly, whether it's through the packaging, the labels, anything. I'm always searching for new stuff. I produce everything in small batches. That way, not everybody is wearing the same thing, and it's just produced in higher quality. And I never wanted my brand to be mass produced or be fast fashion, like completely the opposite of that. So for me, that was huge. And the only way I could really do that is produce it here in the US to ensure the level of quality that every piece is gonna have, but also the way that the workers are treated. Every manufacturer I've worked with, they've kind of become like family and watch my brand grow and help so much in terms of like teaching me, because I never went to school for this. So I don't even know what I'm doing most of the time, but I'm just following my dreams and figuring it out. My goal with everything I create is to have high quality pieces, quality fabrics that will last you a very long time, wash after wash. The piece is not going anywhere. So, and then also create just like timeless wardrobe essentials. That's like my main goal. I'm wearing my tank top right now underneath the sweater. Washed it a million times, I swear. The tank top doesn't budge. It's just amazing quality, and the fabric is really good, and it doesn't like stretch out or anything like that. And all my friends that have purchased something, or just you guys that have purchased something, I get the nicest messages and emails of how much you guys love the pieces and you can't wait to get more, and that just means the world to me. Okay, I just got back to the hotel room and it's 3:45, so it's a little bit later in the day. I'm gonna freshen up and then I'm going to go to a coffee shop and do some work because it is Monday and I have a lot of things to catch up on because I've been traveling so much recently. But I figured I would answer a couple more questions and then end this get ready with me slash ended up being like a day vlog pretty much. How do you stay disciplined in your work and on grinding to get that bag? Okay, so discipline has been something, self-discipline has been something that I've had instilled in my blood since I swear I came out of the womb. I don't know how and why. I've always been very like self-motivated, and I think because my personality is like that, it transitioned really easily into like the career that I have now. If I was not self-motivated and responsible and had the determination that I do to get things done, I don't think I would have been able to do what I do. So I don't always have like exact tips on how I do something because sometimes it's just how your brain functions and like your personality and like the way you do things. I just know that when I work for myself and the career and the life I want to have, no one's gonna achieve it for me, and that just spans into I think everyone's life. just realizing that no one's gonna do anything for you. You have to go work for the life you want if you really wanna have it. Otherwise, you can just settle for what comes your way and be content with it. But are you gonna be happy? You only know. So for me, it's like the life that I want and the career that I want, I need to work for it. No one's gonna do it for me. No one's gonna hand it to me on a silver platter. I have to go get it. I have to prove myself, and I have to build the proper tools and skills to get me to the point that I wanna get to. So I think the discipline comes from the fact that I have no choice but to get it done. The only thing that's ever stopping you is yourself. No one is actually physically or in other shape, way, or form saying you cannot get to your dream. There's like a blockage or there's a shut door that's never opening for you. Like literally that doesn't exist. And I just remind myself that these obstacles that we put in our way are just us doing it, and it's not real. Whether it's like mentally or physically or emotionally, you telling yourself you can't do this and this and this, it's not really real. When people ask, I still don't get this. Why are people asking like, what is your weight? How much do you make? What does your boyfriend do? Like, listen, will you go up to somebody that you don't really know and ask that question? Probably not. I really don't understand why people ask these questions. Like, what do you think I'm gonna do? You think I'm gonna just throw my social security up on this screen and my monthly income and my taxes so the world knows, and what are you gonna do with it? What is it? How is that gonna change your life in any way? What is it, like, what are you learning from it? You know what I mean? Why are people so nosy in the wrong ways? Like, those are the wrong questions to ask. Like, I would never ask somebody those questions. I would wanna like ask them things that I can actually apply to my life and like learn something in a positive way, you know what I mean? Anyways, I saw so many of those, I'm like, we're still doing that, huh? What would you do if you're surrounded by unmotivated people? Okay, this is the last question I'm gonna answer for now. Distance myself from them. You know, everybody has their own path, their own journey, their own friend group. Everybody is unique. Everyone's life is unique. If somebody in your eyes or a group of people in your eyes are unmotivated and you seem to spend a lot of time around those people and it doesn't make you feel good, then you need to distance yourself from those people. Anything that doesn't make you feel good, you need to avoid in your life and distance yourself from, and do things that make you feel good, point blank period. It's really just that. And yeah, it's harder than it sounds to do depending on the situation and the circumstances, but that's literally the answer. Like, your job is not to go change people. Your job is to live your life and be the best version of yourself that you can be, and you will attract similar people like that are not gonna make you feel bad or negative when you're around them. And that's the goal, right? So realizing your worth and the type of people you wanna be around, and people that make you happy and inspire you and motivate you, because at the end of the day, you are like your friend group. You are very similar to the people you spend most of your time with. So make sure those are the type of people that you want to be like. Have clarity on what you want in life and who you want in your life, and just focus on that and don't get distracted with the other noise. Those are the last bit of questions. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this get ready with me / mini day vlog. I love you guys. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe, and again, all links will be down below like always, and I will see you.